Hey, it's Connors here, bringing you a new video on how to make a lot of gold on World of Warcraft. So, this requires you to have multiple professions. You need a jewel crafter, an alchemist, and an enchanter. So, what I have here is I've bought a bunch of elementium ore. Here we go, for 25 gold a stack. Now, if you want a miner, or if you have a miner, sorry, and you can just farm this, but I found this to be way more effective and less time consuming. So, first of all, you take the elementium ore, or you can do obsidian, which gives you a higher chance at carnelian, but a less chance at inferno ruby. So, it's up to you. If you have a herbalist, you can transmute the carnelian into inferno rubies, but it also gives you a higher chance of getting useless stuff such as zephyrite. But it's your choice, they're both pretty good. I switch in between two, depending on how cheap they are. So, I bought 5,000 elementium ore, and I've got 3,204 to go, but I'm not going to do that right now. I've prospected almost 2,000, and here you see I have all of these gems, and when I go to my guild vault, there is also a lot more gems here. So, the next step is to use your jewel crafter. This guy is both alchemy and jewel crafting. And you can turn all of your stuff into different gems. Not different gems. You craft it into rings and necklaces and stuff. So the best things to use are hessonite, alicite, jasper, and nightstone. The best things I've found are, hang on, let me just get to it. The hessonite band, the alicite pendant, the nightstone choker, and the jade, jasper. The jasper ring. Now the best out of all of these is actually the hessonite one for the next step that is coming up. But before we move on to this next step, if you have an alchemist, you'll want to be transmutation master, and you'll want to turn all of your stuff into inferno ruby. Do not exmute any other gems. I know zephyrite is pretty useless, but you can exmute just zephyrite if you want. Don't do any others other than carnelian. So if you have a herbalist, you can farm Heart Blossom in Deep Home, pretty easy to do, or you can buy it from the auction house, but I farm it just because the auction house is really expensive, and the price of Inferno Rubies has been going down dramatically. It used to be 300 gold per ruby, and now it's at like 80, which really sucks because after I transmute all of this, I'll have about 200 or more, and that would be 60k, but instead I'm gonna get 16k for it. I'm pretty pissed off, but I got the Mists of Pandaria beta, which is pretty fun, so I don't really care. Okay, so once you have transmuted, you can then cut the gems, the Inferno Rubies, to whatever you want. Brilliant Inferno Rubies go pretty well on my server, but it's personal preference, and you can sell them in bulk, either in the auction house or to actual people looking in trade for them. And then you can give them a package deal or whatever. So once you've crafted all of your gems into rings, etc., I haven't done that yet, but it takes up a lot of space. So here are some of the jasper ones, and I will log on to my paladin for the next step. Okay, so my paladin is my enchanter. Whoops. Okay. So you go enchanting, and wow, I've got a lot of gems on this guy. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention is when you exmute the zephyrite as well, you can make vicious sapphire necklaces, which go pretty well on my server. They're about 400. They sell for about 400, and they only cost about 125 or something to make. So that's a really good money maker. So finally, you take all of the stuff that you have crafted and you disenchant it. you will get a lot of disenchanting mats. As you can see, I have like 800 hypnotic dust, and I've used the rest of my mats, which greater celestial essences, heavenly shards, etc. So once you've done that step, we are now able to move on to the final step, which is you gotta check your auction house to see prices, but say enchant boots mastery. It doesn't go so well on my server, so I'm not gonna craft that. However, power torrent, or sorry, I don't have it on this guy, but even landslide. Landslide works pretty well, but you'll have to get the maelstrom crystals elsewhere. So we can do something such as enchant. Nope, not that one. Not that one either. Damn. Okay, the offhand one goes pretty well on my server, just because there are a lot of casters. So this costs about 205 gold to craft, and you can sell it for about 500, depending on your server. And you can do this with almost every single enchant. Weapon ones usually go for better, or the enchant boots ones. Yeah, so you're going to want to take one of those and put it on an enchanting golem. And then you'll get the enchants, the raw enchants, which you can then go into the auction house and sell them for a nice profit.
Don't be a stranger.
It takes a while to do, but it's definitely worth it, because if you do, if you get the right enchants and you get the ore at the right price and your server is not screwed up, doesn't have a screwed up economy, I think mine kind of does. I recently exported to kill Jade from Stormscale, and I'm kind of mad that I did, just for that reason. Other than that, it's pretty nice. There's a lot of people really good at PvP, etc. So, there's my my gold guide. I recently just spent a lot of gold, so I don't have too much. But yeah, so thanks for watching, and subscribe for more.